This is what happens when the water in Lake Ontario is almost a meter above average. Sandbags and pumps now protect some of the 260 homes on the islands just off Toronto.
The issue is, I think people are worried long term, is the wetter it stays, if there's an issue with mold.
The parks and beaches occupying most of the rest of the islands are now partly underwater, as are many of Toronto's lakefront recreational areas. This didn't have to be. Water levels in Lake Ontario can be controlled with this dam into the St. Lawrence River at Cornwall, Ontario. But Environment Canada's Great Lakes expert explains why that would have had terrible consequences elsewhere.
If you lowered Lake Ontario by, say, 10 centimeters, you're actually going to raise the water level around Montreal by 1 meter. It's a 10-to-1 ratio. You think about how large Lake Ontario is. You take that 1 centimeter of water, well, now you're putting it into a much smaller area of the St. Lawrence River.
In the end, authorities sacrificed Toronto's baseball diamonds, beach volleyball courts, and some basements to save entire homes from certain devastation in communities like Montreal. There has already been historic flooding in the Montreal area. Besides, for the past decade, experts have been much more concerned about low water levels in Lake Ontario, a huge problem for shipping, recreational boating, and wildlife.
If you go back from 1998 to 2013, certainly we had very low water levels. But then in the mid-90s, we had very high water levels.
He says expect one day to have to again deal with lake water levels that are too low. Ron Charles, CBC News, Toronto.